Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for the week of June 24th. This week, we're going to jump right in here. You have a sports card in your current general energies. It says collaborate or work as a team to boost your finances. You have this beauty card. I'm on the wrong camera. It says somehow your looks will boost your earning power. I feel like this is true for also like how your business looks, like not just you, but how you appear in like work or business if you're trying to grow your finances or whatever it is that you're trying to do. You have that Ace of Swords, the Strength card, and the Page of Swords. The Ace of Swords is your truth, and I feel that a lot of you are currently working on something that is kind of like in alignment to who you are. So if you are like working on new projects, or if you've been working on a project, you also have this Success card here. Yeah, I think that this is just kind of like a continued message that you've been getting, that like you're going in the right direction, you're doing the right things that you need to be doing at this time, and it's going to eventually lead to success. So I would keep I would keep pushing forward with that Ace of Swords type of energy. I do also feel that some of you could be dealing with a truth, like someone who wants to come in and tell you the truth. I'm not so sure that you do want the truth here, because you have the Strength card. The Strength card tells me, and not only that, right next to the Strength card, you have the Four of Swords. So this kind of tells me that, if someone did you dirty in the past, or even if, it doesn't have to be that dramatic. It's like, maybe someone ghosted you or left you, and you've been wondering, or you had wondered, like, what happened in the situation. And now it's like a person wants to come in and tell you the truth. I kind of feel like you don't necessarily want the truth, because it looks to me like you have healed to a certain point, or you have gotten to a certain point of healing, and this is saying that you're ready to move forward. The Strength card, you have to develop strength on your own. This is something that she has done on her own. The lion's tail is between its legs here, and she is getting that lion to submit to her, but she has to do this every single day. It basically says that you've been doing work on yourself. The lion represents your inner beast, your inner critic, or, your inner voice. And so she has to tame that lion every single day. And, I just kind of get the feeling that, whatever's going on here, it's like you've had to do this over an extended period of time, but, here they are, right? This Page of Swords, someone is like looking at you. I do think it's interesting that, the Page of Swords is always kind of like focused towards the past. The Knight of Swords is going towards the past as well. So while it seems to me like you are more focused on the future with the Ace of Swords, or you're more focused on moving forward, there could be a person who's like trying to drag you into the past, or there could be a person who can't let go of the past. So, again, I would just make sure that you are staying focused on the future with this energy. The Page of Swords is also a great card for curiosity. I literally did 2024 readings at the beginning of the year, and a big theme for you, for you, Scorpio, it was that that you need to be more focused in the future, or towards the future, and that's going to be the thing that moves you forward. So I would keep it going on the future. With the Ace of Swords, you have the High Priestess here. I think your intuition is guiding you towards something, like your feelings. Not just your intuition, though. I'm getting like your feelings about how you feel about what you do every single day. And so I wouldn't just trust your intuition. I would also trust your intuitive feelings, maybe, or how your emotions are guiding you. And there's something about that. Also, one thing I will say about the High Priestess is that she has the crown on her head that is like the stages of the moon. And it kind of represents the fact that she sees the beginning, middle, and end of how she wants something to go. But she's seeing things as she wants them to go. She is like visualizing her future. And I think it would be a great time for you to work on like visualization, or to practice your visualization skills. With the Strength card, you have the King of Cups. I also feel there could clearly be a new person that's entering into your life. Could be a water sign for sure. Could be any sign, general reading. But I do feel like there's someone, and by the way, your emotions, we'll talk about that. But I do feel this could be a new person who's coming in for you. And there was a whale on the screen behind me. So the King of Cups normally has a whale behind him on a traditional King of Cups. And the King of Cups, kind of represents exploring your emotions on a very deep level. And the Strength card would really tell me that you have worked on your emotions, or you have explored your emotions on a deep level. And it's like now you understand like what good feelings are, bad feelings are. You understand how to listen to your emotions, And so I think your emotional state is in a much better place, is what this is saying. But I also feel like you could be attracting a person who has, a very solid emotional state, who isn't like all over the place. You have the Magician with the Page of Swords. Like I said, I feel like your curiosity is almost guiding you this entire year, 2024. Like, it came up in your 2024 readings that you are exploring new places, and this could just be new ideas, literally new places. You could be moving or traveling and all this other stuff. So I would pay attention to like to where your emotions are guiding you, because it's like trying to ground a new reality. The Magician, he is normally pointing to the ground, and he's trying to ground a new reality for himself. And so I feel that's what you're trying to do here with the Magician energy. The Magician would also represent being focused on new beginnings. So again, I don't think you're really focusing on the past. Next, we're going to look at what's coming in for you. You have this card that says clear out the clutter. You have this electric eel. It says bring your ideas to life. So I feel like a lot of you could be, kind of bringing life to your new ideas and getting rid of cutting out the crap with the frog spirit here. The frog is also a very sensitive animal, right? They are very sensitive to environmental changes. And I feel that you are kind of almost very sensitive in this reading. It's like you're very sensitive to the changes that are going on around you and in the world. And I would use that to guide you, because again, I literally feel kind of like, the main message of the reading is that your emotions, or maybe your feelings, are guiding you. And we see a lot of that going on here. The frog also represents transformation. And so I feel with that, the Magician also represents reinvention. Frogs go from a tadpole to a frog. And so you clearly could be undergoing some sort of kind of reinvention in your life, or reinventing how you appear. That beauty card says somehow your looks will affect your earning power. So it might not be like necessarily how you look. I feel that it's more who you are. You are kind of stepping into your true power here, Scorpio. I'm going to call you all 12 signs in this reading, apparently. You have the Ten of Cups, Four of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. Ten of Cups is like happy home, happy family. I kind of almost see this as something you want. Like if you want love, I feel maybe you want the whole happy home, happy family. If you don't want love, and even if you do, this could also just represent blessings or happiness that you're hoping to create in your life. And I do feel the Ten of Cups is about choosing happiness. Those 10 cups exist above those people's heads. And so it kind of represents something that they might not have yet, but they're choosing to focus on, things that bring more happiness into their life. And I do feel like you are kind of coming off an emotional period. I'm pretty sure I said this in your last reading. It just feels to me like maybe the past few months, or maybe even since the beginning of the year, you've been kind of like more in this emotional space, but maybe it's been like crying or sadness. And now I think you're moving towards happiness, which is great. You have the Four of Swords as well. Four of Swords is about resting, relaxing, recovering. But there's a person right here who's blessing another person in this stained glass window. And so you could finally be seeing the blessings from the work that you've been doing. You end with this card that says, the end of a tough cycle approaches. And so it's like you're getting to the end of this tough cycle. And I'm not saying things are going to be perfect, but I think you're getting into a much better cycle in your life, and it's leading to like blessings or happiness, which of course is great. You also have the Knight of Swords. I would be careful whenever things start to improve, right? That's where the people that want to drag us back down come up, the crabs, right? Like crabs in a bucket. So I would be careful of the crabby people in your life that are trying to drag you down or trying to bring you down in some way. The Knight of Swords is about kind of charging towards success. And I feel a lot of you are going to be charging towards success, or at least that's a choice you could be making. The Knight of Swords also says, don't be too hasty. I almost see you coming up to this point, like in my head, where you were last time, is what I feel like saying. So you might be approaching kind of like a finish line that reminds you of a finish line from the last time that you wrapped some sort of project up, or maybe you wrapped like a project up or a relationship up. And I feel like the Knight of Swords is saying, can you follow through? Instead of hitting the finish line and celebrating, it's like, can you keep something pushing or keep something moving? And because, I don't really feel it's like an obstacle, right? But I do feel that this is a number, is what's popping into my head. Maybe you always reach a certain amount of money or a certain number of subscribers on YouTube or whatever, and then you go back to the beginning. And I feel like the Knight of Swords is saying, follow through, push through the point where you would normally stop doing something or you would give up on something. With the Ten of Cups, You have the Knight of Swords and the Moon. You can't see past the finish line, right? So I feel the Moon is about darkness or not seeing things clearly. And the moon can represent the unknown. And I feel that the Knight of Swords and the moon is saying you're about to come up to this point that is the unknown, and you need to have the courage. You have this courage card that's coming up next. We'll talk about it. And I feel it's saying you need to have the courage to step into darkness, like getting to that point where you don't necessarily know what to do. With the Four of Swords, you have the Eight of Pentacles. You have really good work stuff showing up here. Even going this way, we go up to the Six of Pentacles. I feel like you are getting better results for the work that you're doing. I also feel like there could be money coming in for you, or this could also be news about money. So, for example, if you're waiting for approval, or if you're waiting to receive communication about some like approval for something financial, I feel that this could be an approval. With the Knight of Swords, you have the Six of Cups. Like a person from the past, again, I think there's something new that's much better coming in for you. I'm not telling you what to do, but I would definitely be careful of a person who is from your past, who is just stuck on the past. And, again, I think there's a lot of evidence as well as what I'm getting. So if you look at this person's life, maybe they have a habit of going back to the past. And I think it's just a person who will always choose to go back to the past. And I would be careful of that. I definitely feel that in your reading. Next, we're going to look at messages from your future self. You have this success card and this courage card. Yeah, having the courage to step into the unknown, like I said, is going to be the thing that leads to success. The unknown could be a new person. The unknown could be you pushing past that point where you would normally give up on something, or you would normally not complete something. And so I feel, but I don't even feel that. Again, I think the energy is more talking about follow through. It's more talking about not celebrating too early and going past the point that you need to be successful. Again, running past the finish line, right? And I feel like that's what this is saying, because I think there's just more for you to explore. I think there's more for you to experience. And to me, life is all about having new experiences. You have the Six of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Two of Cups. Six of Pentacles, I feel like you're entering into situations that are much more balanced and fair. And I also feel like you're entering into situations that give more to you. So again, if you are used to being in relationships where a person doesn't really give, I think that you're about to be in a relationship where there is a person who gives. Same thing with work and business. If you always reach a certain plateau in work and business and you never are able to get past that point, I feel like the Six of Pentacles is saying the unknown is going to move you closer to something where you get more out of it. And I think that's kind of like the important thing here with the Six of Pentacles. Next, you have two cards, the King of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. It's like you have history with something. Sometimes I feel that the King of Swords is talking about just history, the past, things that he already knows. And the Four of Pentacles would be holding on too tightly to the past. I don't really get that feeling from you in this reading. I'm not suggesting that you're just holding on to the past for no reason here, but I do feel there is this kind of like thread of history in your life. And I do feel the Four of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, Page of Swords, they're all saying like there's more on the other side of what you already know. And I feel like that's what this is saying. I also do kind of feel that you could be attracting a King of Swords type person. This would be a person who has like a lot of knowledge and wisdom, a person who knows a lot, who's been through a lot. And so I think you're attracting a person that can almost like teach you things here. We see that right here. You have the Two of Cups. Two of Cups is two people who are meant to look different. This is probably a person who is different than your usual type. I also sometimes feel that the Two of Cups can represent like a connection where you start out as communicating, or you start communicating with the person, then it kind of goes from there. So it could be something like that and even the King of Swords, all these swords cards could, represent communicating with a person online, and then it kind of goes from there. And I do feel that for a lot of you. I feel like there is something unconventional about this connection as well. So again, if you are wanting to meet a new person, I feel like your future self is saying there's something, unconventional about this person. Maybe they live somewhere that you wouldn't normally live, or maybe they have a job that is kind of unconventional. So, definitely something to pay attention to. With the Six of Pentacles, see, I think you're demanding more as well. We have courage. We have courage like three times. Strength and the Ace of Swords both can represent like courage, determination, not giving up. And then you have the Eight of Cups, which is like having the courage to learn how to get a camera to focus, right? So this can represent having the courage to walk away from something that just isn't right. The problem with the Six of Pentacles, I find in readings, is sometimes we'll be in a situation where it's like we're kind of getting something out of it, but it's not really, if we really look at it, right? So I think if you really look at the situations that you're involved in, could be anything, could be a relationship, a business, a job. It's like, are you really getting something out of it? Or are you getting just a little bit out of it and that's kind of keeping you stuck when you know that you could make a sacrifice right here? Two of Swords. Two of Swords is like this or that thinking that you have to settle, or thinking that there is some sort of compromise when there isn't. And I always say that the Two of Swords represents like a third place solution and kind of represents an unconventional solution to maybe what you are dealing with or where you are settling in your life. So, this kind of changes the reading, this whole row here. Now that I clarify it, it kind of makes me feel like the whole entire reading is encouraging you to not settle on a situation that you're settling in. With the Two of Cups, you have the Ace of Wands. Yeah, I feel like this is something that will take off very quickly. So if you're meeting a new person, Ace of Wands is out with the old, in with the new, and there definitely could be a new kind of connection where there's a lot of desire, there's a lot of feelings, there's much more emotion. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this card that says the answers you need are coming. There you go. I talked about like news or receiving news that you've been waiting for on the Eight of Pentacles. I definitely feel that. You have this card that says the end of a tough cycle approaches. This is probably why you shouldn't be settling. Again, when we settle, we tell the universe we're willing to accept less. And so I actually feel walking away from something that's no longer serving you would tell the universe that you're not willing to settle and that you're looking for more. And that will probably end the cycle. You have the Seven of Cups, the Three of Cups, and the Ten of Wands. Seven of Cups is about being spoiled for choice and giving yourself options, especially in the area of the good stuff. I kind of feel this is saying that by you walking away from things that are limiting you, you're expanding. You are creating more expansion in your life, which is giving you more options, which is probably going to make you happier. Ten of Cups as well. So that's what I would do there. Pretty simple on the Seven of Cups. With the Three of Cups, collaboration. Didn't you have that here? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the sports card says collaborate or work as a team. So any types of collaboration, especially for you fixed signs, like I'm a big fan of collaboration for fixed signs because of Pluto going into Aquarius at the end of the year in November. It'll be officially there to stay for like 20 years. So anything you can do to kind of like work together with other people or to benefit the collective is really going to benefit you on a much deeper level. So I would be looking for opportunity to collaborate or to work together. You have the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands is kind of about carrying a heavy burden, but you have this card that says the end of a tough cycle approaches. And so the Ten of Wands would kind of say that you're getting to the end of a long cycle or you're completing your journey. The story of the Ten of Wands is that he grew those wands, and those wands represent his harvest, and he's about to reach his home in the background here. So it really kind of says to you that you are about to close out a difficult cycle. But the good news is you're probably going to get some sort of harvest for all the hard work that you're doing here, Scorpio. With the Seven of Cups, you have the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords in the good stuff, again, could represent like a blessing in disguise. So there could be some sort of blessing or a blessing in disguise coming in for you, but definitely ending something. I mean, the whole top row here basically says that you're cutting something out. Even the Ace of Swords is a sacrifice. The Ace of Swords can come up when we're cutting one thing out so that we can have something better. With the Three of Cups, you have the Four of Wands. Yeah, I think you're attracting a new person. Like, is this person going to be here tonight? Probably not. But I think that this is a person that could be where you start out communicating with the person and it goes from there. So do I see this as an overnight connection? No. But I do see this as a solid connection that could lead to marriage in the future. The Four of Wands is also about setting yourself free. I would say the whole entire summer, like if there's one thing that I would dedicate myself, if I were you, Scorpio, it would be freedom. Like look at an area of your life where you feel trapped, restricted, or like you're not getting what you want out of it. And I would say, how can I set myself free from the situation? And I would find a way. With the Ten of Wands, you have the Four of Cups. I like this Four of Cups. This is from the White Sage Tarot. And you can see these three cups pouring into one cup. So I feel like you are attracting a much better connection with this Four of Cups, because it's almost like you're attracting a person who pours everything. Isn't it funny that you have the Three of Cups right here, and then you have three cups pouring into one cup? It's almost like you're attracting a person who is like equivalent to three people. So you could be attracting something, that's much, much better, much happier. There's like a much stronger thing going on here. You have this October card. I always clarify these cards, and you have this great passion card. I think passion is returning from your to your life. Like again, I feel like the first 6 months of your this year were more tears, right? And I feel like you're entering into a period of happiness. Your next card is this happiness card, so I feel like you're entering into a period of less tears, more happiness, joy, enlightenment. Doing things that bring happiness into your life. Ten of Cups and also the strength card, we have to do something every single day to get that. So I think that's what you're doing here. It's like you've learned to create your own happiness. You have this wind chimes card. It says peace and harmony. Yes. Again, I would be careful of the crab that's showing up in your reading. This person might have crabs as well, so I'd be careful. But, I feel like this person is a crab in a bucket. They're trying to bring you back into the bucket. You're escaping. So, escape the bucket. You have this vine card. It says seek out information that will help you. Yeah, it's an amazing time for learning and self-education, so I definitely feel that. And you have this diamond. It says you will be receiving or giving a precious gift. This could be love. Like I said, you could be meeting a person you'll marry in the future. But this is a pretty good reading here, Scorpio. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.